technology in the Philippines had its beginnings during the pre-colonial times. In some cases, the techniques Filipino developed for livelihood purposes result in majestic agriculture design that managed to attract worldwide attention like the Banawe rice terraces in Ifugao. Ang hagdang-hagdang palayan ng Banawe ay mga 2,000 taong gulang na mga hagdang tinanim at nililok ng mga bulubundukin ng Ifugao sa Pilipinas sa mga ninuno ng mga katutubong mamamayang para mapadali ang kanilang pagsisaka. Karaniwang tinatawag ito ng mga Pilipino bilang ikawalong kahangahangang pook sa mundo. During the Spanish colonial period, science and technology developed through the establishment of formal education institute and launching the specific organization. The rapid development of specific principles influencing by Western culture during the Spanish colonial period was shortchanged. When the Americans came, institutions for science and technology were reorganized as well. The Bureau replaced the Laboratorio Municipal, which was established under the Spanish colonial era. The Bureau dealt with the study of tropical diseases and laboratory projects. The Bureau was established for the purpose of studying tropical diseases and pursuing other related research projects. Eventually, in 1905, the Bureau was changed to Bureau of Science, which became the main research center of the Philippines. In 1933, the National Research Council of Philippines was established, developed in science and technology during the American regime were focused on agriculture, medicine, and pharmacies, food processing, and forestry. In 1946, the Bureau of Science was replaced by the Institute of Science.
The Science and Technology and Nation Building. Department of Science and Technology or tinatawag nating DOST during the time of former President Ferdinand Marcos, the role of science and technology in national development was emphasized. So actually, dito sa panahon ni Pangulong Marcos ay nagkaroon ng pag-unlad or pagbabago or tinatawag nating development in terms of science and technology. So during his term, many agencies are established. For example, in-establish niya sa panahon niya yung National Grains Authority, which is now the National Food Authority. Please take note, the National Grains Authority, which is now National Food Authority. Next, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or tinatawag nating PAG-ASA. Next, the National Academy of Science and Technology. So, ito yung mga in-establish niya noong panahon ni Pangulong Marcos. Then, so it was during the time of Marcos na talagang nagkaroon ng development or pagbabago ng science and technology. He mandated the Department of Education and Culture, now known as the Department of Education or tinatawag nating DepEd, to promote science courses in public high school, additional budget for research project and applied sciences, and science education was granted by Marcos. A big chunk of the war damage fund from the Japanese was donated to the private universities and colleges for the creation of science and technology related courses and to promote research. So, upang isulong ang mga kurso sa agham sa mga pampublikong mataas ng paralan. Meron silang karagdagang budget para sa mga proyektong panaliksik sa mga inilapat na agham at edukasyon sa agham ay pinagkaloob ito ni Pangulong Marcos. Ang malaking bahagi ng pondo para sa pinsala sa digmaan mula sa mga Hapones ay naibigay sa mga pribadong universidad at kolehiyo para sa paglikha ng mga kursong may kaugnayan sa agham at teknolohiya upang isulong ang ating pananaliksik. The 35-hectare lot in Bikutan, Taguig was proclaimed in 1968 as the Philippine Science Community, now the site of the Department of Science and Technology or DOST. Seminars, workshops, training programs, and scholarship on fisheries and oceanography were also sponsored by the government during Marcos. So ang mga seminar and workshop, mga programa sa pagsasanay at mga scholarship sa pangisdaan at mga karagatan ay itinaguyod din ng mga gobyerno sa panahon ni Pangulong Marcos. The Philippine Coconut Research Institute, or tinatawag natin PhilCoRIN, was tasked to promote the modernization of the coconut industry. Several agencies and organizations were then established like the Philippine Textile Research Institute, Philippine Atomic Energy Commission, now the Philippine Nuclear Institute, National Grains Authority, now the National Food Authority, Philippine Council for Agricultural Research, now the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or tinatawag nating PAGASA, Philippine National Oil Company, Plant Breeding Institute, International Rice Research Institute, IRRI, Bureau of Plant Industry, Bureau of Forest Product, and the National Committee on Geological Sciences. National Science Development Board, NSDB, was reorganized as the National Science and Technology Authority, NSTA, in 1981. In 1976, Marcos established the National Academy Science and Technology, NAST, to be the reservoir of scientific and technological expertise in the country. Salary increases for teachers and administrators at the Philippine Science High School were granted, and the Mindanao Visayas campuses of the Philippine Science High School were established during Marcos' time. So ang pagtaas ng sweldo para sa mga guro at mga administrador sa Philippine Science High School ay pinagkaloob ito, at ang Mindanao Visayas campus naman ng Philippine Science High School ay natatag noong panahon ni Marcos. In 1986, under President Corazon Aquino, NSTA was renamed DOST, or tinatawag natin Development of Science and Technology. The Science and Technology Master Plan pin by DOST aimed to update the production sector, improve research activities, and develop infrastructures for the science and technology sector. This was done in order for the science and technology sector to be represented in the cabinet and thus play an integral role in the country's sustainable economic recovery and growth. So ginawa ito upang ang sektor ng agham at teknolohiya ay maging kinatawan sa gabinete at sa gayon gumanap ng malagang papel sa napanatiling pagbangon at paglago ng ekonomiya ng bansa. The presidency of Corazon Aquino saw the replacement of NSTA to DOST. She also created the Presidential Task Force for Science and Technology, which came up with the first Science and Technology Master Plan, or tinatawag natin STMP. The goal of STMP was for the Philippines to achieve newly industrialized country status by the year 2000. It was during her term that Executive Order No. 128 was signed, which reorganized the National Science and Technology Authority. In 1987, during the presidency of Fidel Ramos, the Philippines had approximately 3,000 competent scientists and engineers. The Doctors to the Barrio program made healthcare accessible even in far-flung areas in the country. Incentives were given to people who play significant roles in the science and technology sector. The National Program for Gifted Filipino Children in Science and Technology was created for high school students who wanted to major in science and engineering in college. Ibinigay ang mga insentibo sa mga taong may mahalagang papel sa sektor ng agham at teknolohiya. Ang National Program for Gifted Filipino Children in Science and Technology ay inilikha para sa mga high school student na gustong maging major ang science and engineering sa kolehiyo. It was also during Ramos' term that a number of laws and statutes related to the science and technology sector were mandated, such as Republic Act 8439, Magna Carta for Scientists, Engineers, Researchers, and Other Science and Technology, Personnel and Government, Republic Act 7687, Science and Technology Scholarship Act of 1994, Republic Act 7459, Inventors and Invention Incentives Act, and Republic Act 8293, the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. Republic Act 8749, the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, and Republic Act 8792, Electronic Commerce Act of 2000, were both signed and mandated during the term of President Joseph Estrada. He was also responsible for implementing cost-effective irrigation technologies and providing basic healthcare services for those who could not afford them. So, responsable din siya sa pagpatupad ng mga teknolohiyang pang-irigasyon na para matipid sa gastos at pagbibigay ng pangunahing serbisyo sa pangangalagang pangkalusugan para sa mga hindi kayang bayaran ang mga ito. During the administration of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the science and technology sector were developed to strengthen the education system and to address poverty. The term Philippine Innovation was coined to refer to the Philippines as an innovation hub in Asia. However, the act was not able to produce positive outcomes because of the lack of technology to source raw materials. It was also in Arroyo's term that farmers were encouraged to use rice that can withstand environmental hazard. Ang pagkilos ay hindi nakagawa ng positibong resulta dahil sa kakulangan.
Arroyo also promulgated RA 9367 Biofuels Act to utilize the indigenous materials as sources of energy. RA 10601 Agriculture and Fisheries Mechanism or AFMMEC law was also passed to modernize agriculture and fisheries machinery and equipment.
In 2024, President Benigno Aquino III named the new national scientists, namely Gavino C. Truno for marine biology, Angel C. Alcala for biological science, Ramon C. Barba for horticulture, and Edgardo Gomez also for marine biology. Today, in the administration of President Rodrigo Duterte, the science and technology sector is seen to be a priority based on the budget for research and development that grew by nearly 6 times over the same period. Formulation of programs and policies that will aid shaping the country is back up President Rodrigo Duterte. The focus of Department of Science and Technology is to put the result of research and development into commercialization in order to gain new intellectual properties. Currently, the Philippines has the Philippine Space Technology Program, which launched Diwata 2 in 2018, after the launch of Diwata 1 in 2016 that displayed the Philippine flag in space. Besides in space technology, the current administration also gives importance to agriculture and disaster preparedness.
The science and technology in the Philippines, the environment. Science and technology have numerous contributions to society. The mechanization of farming, for instance, is necessary for agriculture being the number one resources of food production. Agriculture development needs to cope with the rapidly and exponentially growing population. Tools such as water pumps and sprinkles help in managing the damage effect of extreme heat caused by climate change on crops. Science and technology have also made it possible to produce genetically modified crops which grow faster and are more resistant to pests. Fertilizer that increase nutrients in the soil, enhance the growth of the crops, and produce high quality yields. Science and technology has improved transportation by air and sea. Communication has also improved through technological advancement. With the internet and the rise of social media, information is transmitted easily and rapidly through technological developments. Ways of learning also change. Learn management system used in education are now accessible through computers, mobile phones, tablets, and other gadgets. Online learning has also become popular in various disciplines like mathematics, physics, biology, geology, economics, and others. Source depletion. The increasing number of new and advanced technology in the production of manufacturing of different goods and services result in the depletion of the earth's natural resources. Waste are also generated as these technologies are developed. People have also become too dependent in science and technology, making them disagreed its consequence that may be damaging in the environment. So, dahil sa advanced technology, ang sources of natin is nag-deplete siya. So, nag-decrease ang waste is also nag-generate siya sa technology nga gina-develop kay halimbawa, for just example, mga cellphones is advanced technology. So, pag gumugubat na kung diin na ginabutang, so wala kita sang proper waste nga dapat is may ara.